Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. This is a special Vin and Sori episode today.
It is.
We're not doing an alliance. We're not doing an alliance stream. We're not doing anything relative to that. We are actually gonna bring you, beautiful people, some metal that you have never heard before. Yes, Revo, 3 band debuts today.
So we have, all the different tiers that we have. One of the tiers on Patreon is that if you have a local band and you want to get your band some advertisement, you can jump on that tier and you can get your song reacted to by us. Unfortunately, we cannot guarantee a positive review.
Can't guarantee a positive review.
So these are always exciting and interesting and fun because we get to delve into some things we've never seen before, and it's pretty exciting. So we have one band up here. How would you...
Rakufi.
Rakufi is the name of the first band that we're going to do, and the name of the song is Gaze Upon the Looking Glass.
Gaze Upon the Looking Glass. Okay, let me find out. That's Rakufi's band?
Yeah. So, I'm about to read what
do we have lyrics?
Rob says. Yeah, hey, if you can send me the lyrics to the song so I can just email that to me, that'd be great. Okay, so Rob says, I was in the band in the mid-2000s out in West Texas.
West Side?
We never really got anything going for ourselves. Egos and inexperience got in the way. For the years we were together, I only have a single surviving recorded song. Aw. But we're all still great friends to this day, having gone our separate ways. I'm financially in a spot now, and with modern technology, when I could record stuff as a solo vocalist, and with help, of course, have come out with sounding halfway decent. This is the 7th song that I've done so far, and will be the final single song I do for a while. Each song has been slightly different, genre-wise, as I've been exploring what I do and don't do vocally well these days. I'm currently working on an EP. This video was shot by my 13-year-old daughter. I've released a couple lyric videos prior to using the AI-generated art, but having learned more about that, I wanted to shy away from using it. So instead, I did this. It's a little cringe at times, but it makes me laugh. So all good. Thanks. Oh, and all credits go to everyone who helped with this song. Is in the description of the video. I do play bass, but otherwise I utilize a lot of wonderful people to put these songs together.
All right, so this is actually the lyric video. We're actually looking at the lyric video.
Okay, so he changed changed it from the official video that he made with his daughter to be a lyric video that he's made. So cool. We'll check that out. If
All
everybody's
right, guys,
ready. Here's the link right here.
Song.
Do we have the right one? Does it say lyric?
I don't know. Gaze Upon.
Okay, we'll start it. If it's the wrong one, be like, yo. Well, if it's a lyric video, then we know it's the right one. Because he had changed it, and I'm pretty sure that's the one I got. Or
okay, Rakufi, Gaze Upon.
We want to make sure we do this right.
Let's go.
I believe I need headphones for this.
I believe you need headphones. And we do have the lyric video because it starts off with tug of
Yes, we do.
war. All right.
do. Should I shut that door?
Yeah, shut the door.
So we've got the lyric video, and in the meantime, Rob, send me those lyrics. Email them to me. You know what? The secret email. Tell no one you know that email.
we have to,
Or if we were talking on Patreon, send it there. I don't remember where we were speaking.
all right, guys. Here
All
we
right,
go.
let's go. Let's check this out.
What's the name of this song again?
The name of this song is Gaze Upon the Looking Glass. So it's called The Looking Glass, but then there's also Gaze Upon there.
Gotcha. All right, let's go. Go!
Something more.
some Lamb of God shit.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Wait,
was-
did you think that it? Oh, shit.
Where are the lyrics?
Well, I'm waiting for him to send them. Let me check.
He's at the
He
bar.
did.
Oh, you don't have him? He's at the bar right now, so.
So we can't send mail.
So that's
So
not
the lyrics
going
aren't
to,
able to. Okay, so
yeah.
well,
So I'm playing the I'm
Yeah, that's
basically
okay. We can do
replaying
that,
the video. It looks like
because I couldn't actually see the lyrics.
He's trying to figure out the meaning of
Okay,
life.
wait. Was this like doom, thrash, black metal all together?
Yeah, I definitely like. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
it's
interesting
definitely a
because
combination
like,
combination of genres for sure.
When I say like, I feel like I'm on a conveyor belt and I'm being pushed down it, and I don't like that feeling, which is usually like the thrash sound, like that. It had that thrash sound to it, but then because it had the doomy sound to it, it like created this balanced sound. I thought, and I liked it. So that was surprising.
Okay, so
for
the
me.
lyrics are in the description of the
wondering.
video itself.
Smart. I was literally wondering that because some people do that, and it's always so in the
What's
official lyric video.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
it Rakufi? Is it the same band?
Yeah, right here.
ROKUTHY.
Official lyric video. Let me pull this up here and
Oh man, I
right here. You want me to send it to you? In
I
text?
genuinely enjoyed that song. He did a really good
Yeah.
job. Gaze upon his name. Okay, I found it.
So
I
send it to
found
you
the
or no?
lyrics.
You got it?
Yeah, you don't need to send it to me.
All right.
All right. So what do you think was going on?
Well,
Like I said,
couldn't-
I have a pretty good idea. I think
Yeah, fill me in.
of what's happening, but we're gonna have to do.
I usually have the lyrics on my side, and I didn't have them, so I was like trying to see that little tiny music video over there, and it wasn't the lyric video.
I've got it. I've got the lyrics.
I decided I probably need
two
to go look into
parts.
getting some glasses or something because I was driving home from Walmart and I saw a tiny dinosaur crossing the road. Turned out to be a squirrel. I was like, I may need glasses. Although it was cute to imagine a world where tiny dinosaurs were running across the street. But anyway, we got the lyrics here.
You're weird. You're weird.
Weird. Okay, so gaze upon. Okay, I have to say the title super intriguing. I always loved like the Looking Glass or Gaze Upon, or like the game like of behind the Looking Glass. There's a, or maybe actually behind the green glass doors. But like any of those little things.
Isn't that a Alice in
That's what it sounds
Wonderland
like to me.
reference? The Looking Glass.
That's what it sounds like to me. But the Looking Glass, is that like a mirror?
I don't know what. I mean, the Looking Glass.
Or is it like
isn't
the
that what
globe where
Alice?
you're, like,
Isn't that
looking-
what Alice looked into and then she fell into the world? Or some
No,
shit
she
like
fell into a hole in the bottom of a tree. To my knowledge, I only saw the movies. I never read the book.
that? Yeah, you're always the one that was like, "Yo, what's going on with Alice in Wonderland?" Blah blah blah. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
No, I said I've seen it. I haven't read the book. So in the movie, she falls
Looking
down
Glass-
a hole
okay, a
in
Looking
the bottom of
Glass-
a tree.
a Looking
She's
Glass-
following the rabbit, and then she falls down a
You
hole.
were right. A Looking Glass is essentially a mirror. Okay.
Yeah, gaze upon the Looking Glass.
Tug of War, Verity or
And the
Lies.
fact that you put the gaze upon in parentheses, I liked even more. I don't know why, but I did. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go
Tell
for
me
it.
what this song is about because I couldn't see anything with my dinosaur squirrel eyes.
Oh, it looks like it's dealing with the existentialism, meaning of life stuff. Tug of War, Verity or Lies. So Verity would be truth or lies. Synchronicity or grand design. So like, it's funny. I'm reading this book. I forgot what the name of the lady is, but it's talking about UAPs, UFOs. And one of the things she talks about is synchronicity, where as Christians, we would call that providence, where like it's a good coincidence. Some coincidence happens that two unrelated things that are completely unrelated supposedly happen together. And so as a Christian, we're like, obviously that didn't happen by chance. God created it. It'd be like,
I was gonna say, give me an example.
like for example, some weird thing like fuchsia being somebody's favorite color. And then they run into somebody else who loves fuchsia, and then they both fall in love. So it's like, oh, God clearly like gave me this idiosyncratic love for this color, and then I randomly find somebody that has the same color. Obviously, that was right. There's a secular way or a non-theistic way of looking at those situations. It's called basically synchronicity. It's basically that's, I mean, what she said was that's
like when the
essentially
stars align.
that's how
like
the
those
universe.
things?
Yeah, it's how the universe operates. Like, and Jung talks about it too. Like synchronicity. Like you have, well, like the symbology. You have like crosses everywhere. Like for example, after 9/11, you know, the beams ended up looking like in a cross shape type of thing, and so like on top of the rubble, there's this cross.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Right. So that
Yeah.
would be an example of synchronicity where something happens that has all of this like meaning and import, whereas a Christian you're going to say, oh, God did that, but you could easily say, no, that's just synchronicity, that's just a phenomenon that we've observed, there's nobody behind it,
but
it's just a phenomenon you've observed. So it looks like the song is like wrestling between those two ideas, between truth or lies, synchronicity or grand design. Right, like
Oh, okay. So synchronicity is just the chance that it happened. There was no design behind it. It was like, whoa, happenstance.
Right. So,
or is it that there's some influence, like the universe has some influence over synchronicity?
Right. It's just
that?
it's just not God per
Right.
se, but it's
Right.
Well, it's
Okay,
like
so
in
we're
the book
looking at
I'm
the
reading.
same thing,
The woman
naming it
says it's
different
based. It's funny because the woman is a Christian. She's a Catholic, but she's looking at all of these coincidences as synchronicity and not God's providence. Is the way that she looks at it. Which is, she's more on the scientific side, so that's kind of her default. Even though personally she's a Roman Catholic, it's a really interesting.
Is that the one I've been hearing a little something too? No.
Distressed and spiritless, craving something more. We carve our sins into our flesh and enjoy the scars. The guitar harmonization in this part did not come out as much on the master that I really wish did. Now, because I'm a guitarist, I hear it and it was done perfectly. Like, he did the guitar, because the melody's in the back. Like, if you're listening to it, I'm listening for it, obviously, as a guitarist. And the way that he did his vocals matched the guitar harmony, which was really cool. But it was really, really subtle because there was a lot of stuff going on in the mix at the same time. But as a guitarist, I thoroughly appreciated that part. That was my favorite part of the song. The other thing I liked about the song was the structure. It wasn't just verse, chorus, verse, middle, out. It was definitely a little bit more complex than that. I really, really liked it.
We carve our sins into our flesh and enjoy the scars.
Yeah, because it says right there, distressed and spiritless, craving something more. So this is sort of like the dichotomy that you deal with in secularism, is that this is why I say like that we all know that we're not just animals, right? So like if you want to go to like a completely biological definition, sure, we're a mammalian, whatever, but there's obviously something about the human being that transcends that. Now, people go, oh, you just want to believe that you're more meaningful than you actually are. Yeah, that's fine. The question is why? If you're really in an empty universe, why are we seeking this transcendent?
Right.
What
Exactly.
What is the drive inside of us that seeks out spiritual experiences in the first place? Mm-hmm. How does that comport to our survival? Especially considering that drive for the transcendent creates all these different things like religion, for example, which a lot of secularists, I don't know about Rakufi, but a lot of secularists look at as bad. That religion is bad. Oh, religion is responsible for all these deaths, blah, blah, blah. As if human nature isn't bloody and that we don't want to kill each other for our resources. Oh, then we discovered religion. Then we decided to kill each other.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Right.
But here's the question: is that transcendent, the idea that there's transcendent, that there's something more to this, many times impedes maximizing pleasure as well as life itself. Like, for example, because these people believe in some transcendent afterlife, they jumped in a plane and crashed into a building and killed everybody. Mm-hmm. So why is the desire... If the desire for transcendence only created good, positive results in the physical world, then I could say, okay, there's an evolutionary reason for why you have this desire for transcendence.
Okay. Yeah,
but the desire for transcendence doesn't do that.
Yeah.
What it does is it opens up ideas like religion, for example, that then cannot be falsified and then result in the death of lots of human beings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What's the explanation for why we're grasping so much for transcendent reality? And my argument is because that's just the brute fact of truth. Is that this is not all that there is to it.
Right.
Now, obviously, I had a good discussion with a friend of mine, and we're talking about materialism, and we're going back and like literally for days, and he thought I was arguing X point, and my thing was no. Justify materialism. Justify this idea that matter preceded consciousness, which is the assumption that a lot of us have, because it's the assumption that a lot of biologists have, and we all learned 10th grade biology. So they assume that matter preceded consciousness. So because of that, they say things like the hard problem of consciousness, when there is no problem. There is a problem if you assume material precedes consciousness. So when I asked him, when I said, prove that premise, that's when the conversation ended.
There's no answer.
I'm not mad at him. There's no answer.
There's no answer.
From a materialist perspective, there's no answer to that question.
Right, exactly.
Especially when you combine it with the latest discoveries that we've had
just too much.
relative to local realism being false and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's just materialism is crumbling.
Yeah.
As Hoffman says, space-time is dead. But it doesn't matter.
Doesn't exist at the
doesn't
33rd
matter
power.
what you're looking at. At the end of the day, all of us know that there's something. I mean, the marriage between what can be understood and what cannot be understood, I think is most clearly demonstrated actually in music. So, for example, he just gave us, 4 or 5 minutes of his music, and it's like, yo, why is this music hitting me so much? Well, on the one hand, I can say, well, there's music theory, there's math, there's the combination of the heavy and the melodic and the chuggy versus the and all of that is true. But there's something inside of us that's reacting to music that you cannot put into a lab.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, there's math. If you play guitar, there is math that goes into what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So you are combining real logical, practical things like math and you're also doing logical equations when you're writing music. It's hard to explain, but it's basically, and this if you're a guitarist, you're like, okay, if this sequence works, then I've got like 5 or 6 options that I can use for the next sequence. And there's other things that I cannot do because it'll just be ridiculous because the math won't work. So a lot of people think, oh, if you're a good musician, it's just, you're all in your emotions and all the rest of it. That's not true.
Is the best emotions combine both? Best musicians combine both?
That's the point. That's why you got a guy like Bach and all the rest of these people are looked upon as genius.
Yeah.
Because the math behind what they're doing is extremely complex, but simultaneous to that, the transcendental aspect of the human soul that is being drawn out by the music, that's not something you can quantify. So a lot of people want to like romanticize music and make it only about, it's just how I feel and all the rest of it. Then you have other people who are super technical that'll just say, you can make anything good if you have the math right. Both of them are wrong. You need both.
What percentage are you?
Well, what I'm saying is it's impossible to quantify that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you can't tell like where you are, kind of like how much percentage is math versus.
Yeah, what I'm saying is the more math you know, the broader capacity you have to express that emotion. Though it's just like a child and a poet.
Right.
Like
or
a child,
artist, the more art you can.
A child is experiencing the same thing that a poet is, but because the poet has access to language, he can communicate that to other beings in a way that's deeper than what the child can. So it just depends. But sonically,
going right down my windpipe.
I agree with what Davey's saying. I'm highly suspicious that this band is local. Sounds better than most music today. I agree. I mean, this sounded like
that was crazy. Yeah,
this sounded like professional grade.
But look, he's got.
He's got
469 subscribers,
subs, which is a crime.
It's an absolute crime. Everybody should go over there and subscribe.
And it's interesting. He made mention of Medjugorje, which is very interesting. So Medjugorje is
actually I'm going to post the link to his.
Is a place of a Marian apparition. Was Medjugorje?
Oh, really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
you guys, here's the link to his channel if you're
Medjugorje is. I'm trying to find it here. Oh, it must be in the second thing that I have here. Here we go. There we go. So Medjugorje is kind of like Fatima.
Okay.
Medjugorje, yeah, right there. Distressed, paradoxically flawed, spiritless, yearning, significance, disillusion, the words etched in stone. Speak to me, my lady of Medjugorje. So Medjugorje is like Fatima, where there was a Marian apparition. People go there, blah blah blah. Well, the Catholic Church basically ratified Fatima, but said Medjugorje wasn't real. So you have,
why?
Well, it takes a lot of people don't realize this, but if somebody claims a miracle, especially in the Catholic Church, like, it goes through an entire process of vetting. They don't just go, oh yeah, this miracle happened, blah blah blah. Like, it goes through a pretty rigorous process, and the interrogators are default mostly to not believing in the whatever it is. So you need ridiculous evidence. You need a bunch of people. You need it confirmed by all. I mean, I don't know all the machinations, but long story short, Fatima was approved. Medjugorje wasn't.
Okay.
So you have all these people that had this experience in Medjugorje. And I remember, like, I'd watch
Did they talk about Medjugorje on that UFO one, by chance?
Vaguely.
Okay.
He vaguely mentioned Medjugorje. But obviously a lot more was put into Fatima because people saw Fatima. They saw the miracle of the sun, whatever, which I believe...
It lasted for days, right? Or something? Because
No,
people
not
were
days.
going to...
Not
Wait, is that
days.
the one where the apparition was like on like this glass?
Well, it was a
It, like,
miracle.
made-
It was a miracle of the sun. They saw the sun.
Oh, that was the
going
miracle of
on.
the sun. Okay.
Which I believe. I believe. I mean, it's incontrovertible. They saw it. I believe is what we call a UAP.
I think so too.
Is what happened there.
I
But-
agree.
But Medjugorje is different because in Medjugorje, you have all these people that had this experience they believe with Mary or whatever, but then the authorities said that wasn't real.
Okay.
So now it's like, well, then what did I experience,
I know,
right? So
yeah.
if you look at the song is going back and forth between what's the meaning of life, yada, yada, yada. And then he talks about disillusion, the words etched in stone, speak to me, my lady of Medjugorje.
Oh.
So it's like,
Yeah.
to me, that kind of like illustrates the conflict of, I believed in this, but then the authorities are saying it's not true, that type of thing. So it's interesting that he chose Medjugorje instead of
Yeah.
Fatima, because Fatima was
Right.
ratified and approved. So there's technically no struggle. I mean, there's evidence. There's people that were there. There were people that were skeptical who became like massively like something happened in Fatima. It's undeniable. Even on the second, like, you know, the guy that we're listening to, he's Jacques Vallée. He's a secularist. He's not a Christian at all, and he believes something actually happened. So. Fatima. So if he were to use Fatima, that would be different. Using Medjugorje to me is brilliant because that's one where you would have the belief, but then the authority figures are telling you it's not real, and he's having this existential struggle trying to figure out the meaning of life. It's just a very, 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 very brilliant song. The way it's structured. The themes, it's just really, it's actually, and for heavy music, it's one of the best songs I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
It's just one of the best metal heavy songs I've heard in a very, very long time. And this is definitely a band that I could see opening for one of our favorite bands.
Easily. But he's by himself. He does this whole thing.
I know.
That's so crazy. I just
It
start
shows
to
you
finish.
how much talent there is in the world right now.
Now I'm like, wait, what was this video that was cringy that was attached to it?
There was
Because
a
that would
cringy
remember
video?
he said he had his 13-year-old do a music, like shoot them in, record him doing a music video, and it was cringy.
Yeah, I know. I want to see that now.
Yeah, no, I really want to see
I
it.
want to see the cringy video.
But yeah, this was just from the start of the song all the way to the end, like the way that it sounded, I could not believe. I felt like it was a bit of a trick, except that I'm the one that downloaded the video. So I always check when somebody says that they're local, because we've had people be like local or not local, and so I always check to see, are they actually?
Yeah, this was hard as hell. This is
I
a hard video.
I was absolutely shocked when it started. The quality, everything I thought was really great. And I couldn't see the lyrics, as I said. I caught a couple of them. But then when we started breaking them down, like, just, you're right, like, what he was talking about, the way that he was going about it, the topic itself, like, I love it when songs, like, kind of, like, think
it's almost like it's that process that you go through when you're trying to figure out something and you're thinking back and forth and you're kind of like having that conversation in your head, but you're trying to come to some sort of solution or some sort of answer, and it's like he created a song out of that moment, and the music itself carries the feeling, you know what I mean? Like, because there's like that war inside of what's happening here. And some of the lines, just like, we carve our sins into our flesh and enjoy the scars. What do you think that meant?
Well, I mean, I took that one I took personally for obvious reasons, you know, self-harm stuff.
Yeah.
What did you?
Well, I kind of took it as, you know, like, it could be like self-harm stuff, or it was just like, it doesn't matter if it's like literally carving your skin, or if it's the sins that we do that scar us. And we're doing it to ourselves because we make decisions based off of whatever, be it our own selfishness or our lack of empathy for other people, or I don't know. I mean, there's millions of reasons why we make horrible decisions for ourselves and for other people. But that to me was like that. Like, we do, and we enjoy the scars. Like, but then it's like, do we always enjoy the fallout of our bad behaviors? No, we don't. But sometimes when you're in that kind of bad phase, like, you know, like, have you ever seen people like reveling in their destruction? I'm sure you have. I don't even know why I'm asking this question. You know, like when people revel in their destruction?
Yeah.
The destruction that their sin is doing to people around them and to themselves and stuff like that. But at the same time, it was so like poetic. It almost had like a spirituality to it that was also unexpected. Tug of war, Garden of Eden, paradise, forbidden fruit, gaze upon the looking glass. And there was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, you know how if you look in the looking glass, it flips it. Everything is flipped. So maybe he's like, there's one world here and then it's flipped kind of that way, which you said was like the synchronicity versus the spiritualism and stuff. So really cool song. I mean, top notch. Songs like this, wow. I am so shocked every time I see like a local or like a
Yeah, I know.
it's
Amateur,
just
whatever
so
you want to call it.
It's just unbelievable. So shout out to you guys. This is a hard one to score because it's definitely very high. What are you giving it?
9.6 for me.
It's going to be a 9.8 for me. I really think that, like, it was so great. I really liked it. 9.8. Shout out to you. Very, very
open
good.
For interpretations about tattooing our skin. I have sleeves.
Ooh, that is smart.
Smart.
It is, but Jesus also has a tattoo.
That's
Look it
badass.
Up. It says King of Kings and Lord of Lords on his thigh. Christians always like to skip over that when they're trying to tell people, you're not supposed to have tattoos. I'm like, but what about your Lord and Savior Jesus? I actually did that to a couple of people. They didn't respond back to me. I was like, well, what do you make of this verse where Jesus has a tattoo? Are you also condemning him to hell? Silence. Crickets.
All right, we've
All right,
got
you guys.
more songs.
We have more. We'll be
We've got
right back,
another
you
band
guys.
That's gonna have to follow that one.
I
That's
know.
gonna be a good
I was like,
one.
look, I didn't necessarily pick the order, but I did. But I didn't know what it was going to be. This is a banger.
Song 2 coming up. We shall return. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull
You
that off.
can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord,
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
and they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Why would you do that?
He's having a hard time.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
So buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
A fun stream tonight, you guys. We are doing local bands. I feel like there should be like another name besides local band because it kind of sounds like
unsigned hype.
That's
was
better.
The technical term.
Right. I'm pretty sure I came up with local band and then you came up with unsigned hype.
Unsigned hype is like it's actually in the commercial
It
itself.
It is. That's true. This
literally says unsigned hype in the commercial.
Anyway, yeah. Basically, I come up with cringy, corny things and I bring it to Vin and I'm like, "Can you make this sound cool?" All right, you guys. The next band review we're gonna do, and I'm not sure if we have. Oh, looks like the homie's not here. But they'll be able to pick it up on the break when the video's out. Okay, so Blood Gnosis is the name of this band. The name of the song is The Three Misbirths. All right, so Blood Gnosis consists of me, Jamie Prentice, responsible for vocals. Did you put the picture up, please?
Yep, I'll put it up.
Guitar, responsible for vocals. There's two actually. So that's, shrink that one down and then there should be I'm not sure if there was another one over there. Maybe not because that was from the album thing before. Okay. Okay, so Blood Gnosis.
So is this
Yes,
this is the person
that's
speaking?
Jamie.
Okay.
Yep. The Blood Gnosis consists of me, Jamie Prentice, responsible for vocals, guitar, and songwriting. And my father, Graham. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Him and his father do it together.
No way.
Yeah, responsible for bass, keyboards, and drum programming. During and since the recording process, I have experienced fluctuations in gender identity, but I'm currently using my birth name, Jamie, and male pronouns. Thelema was a big influence on the lyrics on this for the songs for the Cruel Aeon album, but I have since distanced myself from that kind of spirituality, and I'm actually exploring Christianity at the moment. Thanks and kind regards, Jamie.
All right, Jamie. Then.
Thank you for that. We are about to
Jamie
check
in the
this
house.
out.
All right, here we go. So this is the artiste. Mm-hmm. That's the artiste, and then here comes the art.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool that it's him and his dad.
Blood Gnosis?
You know what? Blood Gnosis, the Three
picture.
Misfirsts.
Is this the?
Yes, that was the one, but I wasn't sure if that was if Jamie wanted that one on there also.
I'll put this one on my side.
Yeah.
You can have them on that side.
I wonder if that's like the album cover.
It's got to be at least the single artwork at least.
Right.
Here we go.
Okay, let's go. Let's check it out.
Do you have lyrics?
No, I'll check to see on the other spots.
The Three Misbirths?
Misbirths, yeah. I'll check to see on the video if it's there.
We're live.
Let's go.
I can't hear it. Let's do that again, shall we? I had the wrong thing muted. All right, here we go. Blood Gnosis, The Three Misbirths. Let's go. Old school black metal shit.
Yeah. And this picture is too. gonna just stop this because the artist is not here, and I don't think lyric video, so we can't pause it like we
Right.
did the other one.
Right,
So
right,
I just don't want to
right.
put out a subpar review. Definitely interested in hearing the rest of it, but I just
Yeah, we definitely got to get the lyrics.
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like
I'll email
that's
Jamie
gonna
and
be
get
a
those lyrics.
major part of the review.
Yeah, yeah.
Get the lyrics from her, por favor.
Okay. Jamie, I'm going to get those lyrics from you and we'll circle back around. All right, so the next one is Riz The Wiz, Tribe.
Tribe is the name of the song?
Yep. Okay, Riz The Wiz is a singer, guitarist, producer, and songwriter in LA. He rose to popularity as one of LA's top psychic mediums and is known as the heavy metal shaman to his followers.
Holy
Riz
smokes.
is a multi-instrumentalist and he produces music in metal, pop, and even musical theater. The band will be featured on his psychic reality TV show, which will premiere in 2023. And here's the link to the video, and I'm gonna actually... Oh, I had... Okay, it's right here. I want this for this. Look, I want this for the... It was so colorful. Okay, I'm gonna send that to you so you can put that up on the screen. Okay?
What are you sending to me?
It's Riz The Wiz, like, for the screen, for during the review.
That picture?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
It looks like he's already in an established band. That's his video?
Well, yeah, that's his video, but this has 9,000 views 2 years ago, so it is a smaller band starting out.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
This is
okay.
this is the way to right here. Which one is it? This one? Yeah, I sent it to myself because you have them on. Here we go. Accept not. All right. Yeah, I know. He looks very like.
Interesting.
1,000.
Well, is he a medium or a psychic?
I thought it was both. Hold on, let me go back.
Read
you know what?
the
I'm
thing.
just gonna reread it once we have everything established and his pictures up there. Then we'll just like start the thing over.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more smooth. Easier to cut. Selah, I hope you catch this editing thing.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay,
Starting
so
to do this thing again. Talk to the people.
all right. Okay, so Riz The Wiz is a singer, guitarist, producer, and songwriter in LA. He rose to popularity as one of LA's top psychic mediums. So psychic and medium.
Gotcha.
Is there a difference? Well,
Yeah,
medium talks to
psychic-
the dead, and a psychic just
Tells the
the
future.
future.
You can tell the future, yeah.
Wow. Okay. And is known as the heavy metal shaman to his followers. Riz is a multi-instrumentalist and he produces music in metal, pop, and even musical theater. The band will be featured on his psychic reality TV show, which will premiere in 2023. I actually wish we had the link to that. But maybe it's going to come up on his channel. I'll put the link to his channel if you guys want to check that out or subscribe or whatever. So, all right. Ready when you are, Vin.
Every time someone says psychic, I think of Miss Cleo. Yeah, me too. There was like a Netflix thingy on a biography on her or whatever. It's
Yeah.
very interesting. All right, here we
Yeah.
go. This is the death metal shaman.
All right, you guys. There's his YouTube channel if you want to check it out.
And the name of this song is what now? Tribe?
The name of the song is Tribe, but it's Riz The Wiz.
Oh, shit.
Standing back to back, ooh, from any attack. Codes you don't know and you ain't never gonna hack. Race to be won, don't need no guns. An eagle flies, head to the sky. Hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, this is my tribe. Hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, this is my tribe. Hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, fools and liars. When the spirits rise and they're gonna take you higher. Then we ride or die, built to survive. Power to the people now, this is my tribe. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, this is my tribe. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, this is my tribe. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, this is my tribe. Hey, yeah, give me some love.
Oh wow. Okay, wait. Was that an entire song to his fans?
That was the song.
Yeah, to his fans. Like, this is my tribe. Is that what he means?
I think that's where they were going.
Waldo the Lost One says he respects good shredding.
Yeah, the guitarist is a badass. I had Zoe's in the room. She was like, "Oh, look at all these nice comments they're giving you about your little solo." I was like, "I know, I'm not even that good." She's like, "Stop it, you're the best guitarist ever."
All right. This interesting. Definitely eclectic.
Well, I think the point of the song was that their fan base, their group, like, this is their tribe. And like finding your tribe is when we first started this, one of our first interviews was with OTEP.
Yeah.
And she talked about finding your tribe and how that is like for a lot of people, the difference between living and dying, really.
Yep.
You know, it just depends on what you're trying to do with your music. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people who, when they write, like, you have a dream theater or whatever, it's like, we're going to push, like, our musicianship to, like, the nth degree. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're trying to do. Now, that doesn't resonate with everybody. For, like, me, for example, that's one of the major reasons I do not like, what do you call it? Progressive metal. Mm-hmm. Is because it's a lot of times for me, it's just a clear attempt to show off, like, this is the pinnacle of what I can do as a guitarist or whatever. And like, there are other bands, like with Korn, like, for example, Brian Head from Korn was commenting on the solo or whatever. He's like, Shreddy Van Halen or Vinny Van Halen, whatever. But that's a band that can do. There's so much that Brian leaves on the table as far as what he can do with that instrument, but it doesn't go into what Korn actually sounds like is what it's supposed to be.
Yep.
And so
you have to leave some of it at the table.
That aspect of, so my point is, like, there's music and then there's what you intend to do with the music. And it just looks to me like this band is more about, hey, Nick, hey, old school Nick.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Oh,
I was
man.
just looking at one of your old streams.
DJ Nick.
The one
Holy
that was
shizzle.
the Devil and I think, or something like that.
Holy shizzle, it's DJ Nick.
Oh, I thought somebody else showed up.
No, I'm just blown away.
We did it on June 17th, and I was looking at that one because somebody had asked for the same song.
Yeah, man, like So
Immortal Technique.
So
Dance
it
with the devil.
looks to me like this song is more about that feeling of community and all the rest of it that it looks like he discovered. Because he
Well, it
looks
sounds like he started the whole thing. Like,
yeah,
he's
like
being a
he's-
medium.
He's the
And it sounds like he kind of got his tribe that way.
yeah. So it looks like he's got a whole crew.
He's the heavy metal shaman.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a crew, and that's kind of his.
Yeah.
And there's a mixture. There's obviously a mixture of spirituality there. Even there is a secular way to look at shamanism and afterlife stuff. Like that woman that we're listening to. I forgot her name. Her name is something Kane, where that's what she does. She investigates UAPs. I mean,
Yeah.
she's published in the New York Times. I mean,
Yeah,
she's
that older lady?
yeah.
Yeah.
She's a legitimate.
That's like goal number 2 for me, is to get more familiar with remembering people's names. Like, I never even do, so you're always on your own.
Yeah, like she's a legitimate like scientist or whatnot, published in the New York Times or whatnot, and that's her name, Leslie Kane. She believes in that a medium has contacted her brother and that she had a conversation with her brother through this medium. Now, obviously, as Christians, we're not going to say that that's fake, but you should always only go to God in those situations. But be that as it may, my point is to say there's a secular way to talk about mediumship and this whole, this phenomenon of life after death and all that from a secular context. My point is, it looks to me like he's got a little crew of people, and that this song was about them, like finding his tribe and his group of people. Did you contact this guy?
They reached out to us.
Riz and his crew reached out to you?
I think that because it says Riz The Wiz is a singer, guitarist, producer, it sounds to me like it was somebody that does
Maybe
their
his
advertising.
publicist.
Yeah, his publicist.
Maybe his publicist.
I felt that I was talking to the publicist, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Because the reason that I'm guessing that I wasn't talking to Riz is because Riz looks like there would be like a lot more interesting in like that was the only write up that there was. Like I feel like Riz has a lot more personality. Yeah, I think there'd be a lot more in there. So
yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
yeah, okay, so that style of music I've seen done in like kind of like that, the way that it was done, I've seen it done before in like different cartoons or something like that, but it's not like, I think that it's a style that was from the past that they kind of like revamp and make it a little bit more like verbose, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what style it was. But I've seen that similar style before, and it's always in like a showmanship sort of spot.
It's very interesting, like when you hear, like, so for example, if you hear the term tribalism, in our modern parlance right now, tribalism is bad. It's bad to be tribalistic currently. But at the same time, people talk about finding your tribe.
Yeah, I think that there's a difference between having a tribe and being tribalistic. Tribalistic, you're aggressive toward other people, violent. It's like your crew is the only crew and everyone else is out. Where a tribe is just like, these are the people that I'm comfortable with, and I'm comfortable with my tribe, and you can be comfortable with your tribe, and our tribes can still, like tribe to me sounds less violent than tribalist. Tribalism, you know what I mean? Like when it seems like when there's groups that are like, okay, it's our way or the highway, or you have other groups that are like, hey, like this is my crew, and I think that it's good to find a crew. It's just not good to slice the throat of every other crew outside of yours in the process.
Yeah, I agree.
So the music video was interesting, like the lights, the people, and I think that it was cool that I've not seen that before, where the crowd is generated into the video.
What do you mean?
Well, it looked like a lot of. I
thought that was CGI.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Generated like that.
I see what you're saying.
But the song was about your tribe, and then he puts them in there, all a part of it too. So that was kind of cool that they were represented in there.
I agree with that to a degree. I generally don't like computer generated whatever. Like I would have actually have liked to have seen like the actual flesh and blood people from his tribe You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, maybe he hasn't done any public
if there were
shows
like
yet.
like 3 or 4, like I'd be good with like 3 or 4 people. Just focus on those people and be like, yo, that, and then that's the tribe type of thing. Because I do think it's important for everybody to have a community that they're part of. Like, people talk about
100.
this community, the LGBT community, the black community, but like, that's kind of a misnomer. It's like, that doesn't mean just because you're LGBT that you actually have a community. Those are not the same thing. You can be part of that group, but that doesn't mean that you're actually in a community. Just like being black, it doesn't mean, you know, they talk about the black community in America. It's like, it doesn't mean that all of us are in community with each other. Like, real community is like people actually interfacing with each other, loving each other unconditionally, accepting each other, that exchanging ideas, agreeing, disagreeing, that type of thing. That's actual community. But just being born into like a category doesn't actually mean you have community. So I would have loved to have seen like the actual flesh and blood people that are part of his crew, because we were part of a crew like that where it was like a bunch of misfits and a bunch of, you know, societal rejects and all that, and it was very powerful to see how everybody was different, but you know, the same time.
Well, yeah,
if that
I
makes
think
sense.
that's like the difference between being a tribe and being tribalistic. I think if it's a tribe,
Agreed.
then you leave space for people to change and make mistakes. And the underlying thing is we're all here and we all love each other. So the people can change, and they don't necessarily, it's not like we all believe the same thing. And so that's why we're all here. And if you don't believe like we believe, you're out. Or if you're a certain weight, you can be a part of our crew, and if you're not part of this weight group, you can't be part of this crew. Like, that to me is tribalistic, and it's divisive. But if you're saying, hey, you're part of our crew, and as long as you're still here with the same drive that we're gonna love and be loved, and we're all here to like hear and respect each other, then that to me is tribe. But when it gets tribalistic, and if you change, like if something changes about you that made you fit into that category, now you're out, then it's like, okay, were you ever really in? If something could that, to me, that's not a tribe, because in an actual tribe you are born into it. So, you know, we're not born into all of these tribes, but
that's a cult. Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, where like this forced uniformity.
Yeah.
Not a song I would listen to on like my regular, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's not a song I listen to on a regular basis. I like the message. I definitely love the messaging.
I agree.
I'm more, especially when I see like guitars involved. Like I want some riffage. Definitely saw like the one main riff, and that was a standard riff. Like for all hard rock, it was decent. I was looking for a little bit of like exploration out of there, although there was that solo there which I really like. It's a solid 7 for me.
Is a solid 6 for me.
And who was the name of that band? Riz
The Wiz.
Riz The
Check
Wiz.
him out, you guys. I put the
name
link
of
in the
that song
description.
was
Tribe.
Tribe.
And I guess he's gonna have more stuff coming down the pike. So if you guys want to check that out, that would be awesome. Are you good with this?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, you guys. So we're gonna get a hold of that other local band, and get the lyrics for that video, so that way we can do a proper review.
Yeah. And going forward, if you want to do the Unsigned Heights section, it would be very helpful for us if you would provide the lyrics. Not that you necessarily have to, but it would be very important, because we don't like just doing like, oh, we listen to a song for 3 minutes and go, oh, this was good, this hi-hat was good here, and then we're out. You guys know how we are. We want to kind of dig into the lyrics, especially if it's like an unsigned band, because that means a lot of you guys, that means like we know some of you, so I'm actually more interested in your guys' lyric than a big band's lyrics. Yeah. To be honest, because it's kind of nosy, but that's how it is.
Also, if you
so just include the lyrics, please.
If you are a female-fronted band, because we mainly only and ever get male-fronted bands here. If you are female-fronted, there is a discount running, so message me or email us, and we'll let you know what's going on with that. All right.
Yep. We
want to get some more local female artists on our channel, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, ladies, what's up with that?
Yeah.
We know some of y'all are metalheads.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Maybe we'll get a female vocalist of a band to release a video soon.
Yeah.
Who knows? That'd be great. All right, there, listener. We are out of here. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.